Hey guys, welcome to my new movie review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the film Westworld. It is a film that's written and directed by Michael Crichton, who wrote the Jurassic Park book that Steven Spielberg later adapted into a movie. He also wrote the Lost World Jurassic Park, which was also turned into a movie. And he's also done some other stuff. He worked on ER, he wrote Twister. Michael Crichton's been a part of a lot of things. Not so much in film. He's done more book related stuff. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but he did write and direct Westworld. So, in Westworld, you guys, this is a film kind of like Jurassic Park a little bit. It is Michael Crichton after all, where people can go to this resort or theme park, kind of like Jurassic Park was, and you can basically become a cowboy for a week. There's also like a medieval world, and they also offer a place where you're kind of like a Roman soldier kind of person. So basically, there's three different kind of worlds, but this film mostly focuses on a place called Westworld that this resort offers. And in Westworld, you're basically a cowboy for a whole week. I think it's $1,000 a day or something really crazy like that. So it's not cheap to go to Westworld. And basically, as a cowboy, you can do anything you want in this whole Wild West world that they create. You can rob a bank. You can start up a relationship with anybody in the town, whether it's a woman or a man. You can buy food. Buy drinks. You can steal stuff. But like humans, these robots obviously offer consequences when you shoot somebody or do something in excess. So there is consequences to Westworld technically, but to the people running it, there really isn't any kind of consequence. And if anything, they're in service to you in this place. But everything's going great. These it mostly focuses on these two men, and they're close friends. One of them knows a lot about Westworld. One of them really doesn't know a lot about it. One of them's kind of freaked out a little bit that most of the robots in this world look like humans, and he doesn't quite know if they're robots or not. Things are going great until there's a cowboy in town. In fact, he's actually on the cover here that keeps following these two men around. And so, because it is Westworld and because there really isn't no rules for these men, basically every day that they encounter this robot, they shoot him down and get him out of the way so they don't interrupt their business throughout the course of the day. But because it is Westworld and because it is robots, anybody you basically shoot in this town will be resurrected the next day since they're really not dead to begin with. So they keep running into this man. And unfortunately, by the time day 3 and day 4 come around, and their week's almost up in Westworld, the robots start to malfunction. Not only with the cowboy who's after them, but with the other people they run into the town, like the town barber, the town's bartender, the town sheriff. All these robots aren't working anymore. The scientists who run the park, kind of like in Jurassic Park, they don't know what's going on. They don't know how to reprogram the robots. They don't know if it's something that happened overnight when they're prepping the robots for the following day. So nobody really knows, even the scientists who created these robots, none of them really know what's going on. And throughout the course of the movie, not only are the robots malfunctioning, but the people who are the guests in Westworld have to figure out how they can get out of it and how the robots they are still working, how they can get away from them and not get killed, since the robots kind of have a mind of their own at this point. So overall, guys, Westworld has a pretty promising concept for a movie. It's also one of the first movies to actually use CGI too. So for those who want to see CGI in its very earliest form, Westworld is one of the films to first use CGI. So Michael Crichton not only got to write many good books throughout the course of his life, he's also one of the first film directors to use CGI in a film, even before the original Star Wars that George Lucas worked on. So for Westworld, here for my positives and negatives. I thought this was a very neat concept for a movie. Michael Crichton, definitely loves theme parks gone wrong kind of stories. Westworld is very much in the vein of Jurassic Park. You can definitely tell it's the same writer because there's a lot of similarities to this movie to Jurassic Park. Overall, the concept was pretty neat. I liked the whole, you're in the Wild West and you can do almost anything you want in it. I thought that part of it was pretty neat. I also like how the film focused on two friends on vacation. Oh, sorry, my eyes a little itchy. There we go. Now back to the review. I think the whole two friends on vacation thing. I liked how they had complete freedom in this world. Um, it was just really fun to see these two. One of them starts opening up about the robots, and one of them's perfectly fine with the robots the whole time. And these two men have complete freedom in this place, so it's just fun to see these two men who clearly are, experiencing something new, and how they get more comfortable with Westworld as it goes along until the robots start to malfunction. And like I was saying earlier, this is one of the first films to use CGI, and it is in its earliest form here, and it's fun to see. Obviously it's not good CGI because it's one of the first films to use it, but it's fun to see CGI in its earliest form in a world where we now get CGI in almost every movie. I also like how the film reinforces that this is a Western theme park, and it definitely feels like it. The Wild West feels like something out of the 1800s, and it really feels like something we would see in like a Clint Eastwood film or a John Wayne film that takes place in the West. For my negatives of Westworld, I thought the musical score felt pretty generic. It felt like something that somebody came up with overnight. If John Williams or Hans Zimmer, or somebody who clearly wasn't around at the time this was made, I think this film was made in like 1973 or something pretty early. So obviously, some of those music composers probably weren't even in the film industry yet. But regardless, I'm sure there was somebody at that time period who probably could have made a better score than what was made here. Because to me, it felt pretty generic. It felt like your typical Western movie score. And that's kind of boring considering that there's a lot of Westerns already by the time this film was made. So, musical score wise, I wasn't that impressed. There was also a really lame medieval subplot in the movie, like I said, because there's Westworld, there's a world that's like medieval-ish, and there's one where you're like a Roman soldier. There was one where this guy, it was in the medieval one, and he's kind of a ladies' man. He's basically just trying to get laid on his whole vacation. And they kind of focus on him quite a bit, almost to the point where it's competing with the Westworld plot. And it really didn't feel necessary to me. And if anything, it kind of got in the way of the plot of Westworld. The film's also very slow moving. It takes the film a really long time for any conflict to come up at all. Um, and I thought the pacing was just really slow. Another negative I had is that because Westworld is also about the scientists who program it, there's just one point in the film where the scientist subplot gets completely cut off. You have no idea what happened to some of the scientists who control the park. There's no closure to those characters. So overall, I'm going to give Westworld a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a very promising concept. I think it's interesting to see Michael Crichton in his early filmmaking years and early book writing years. I guess we can safely say that. It was great to see the two friends on vacation thing. It was fun to see CGI in its very early form. But the generic musical score, the unnecessary medieval subplot, the slow moving pace, and no closure to the scientist characters kind of bugged me overall about the movie. 7.5 out of 10 for me. It's an okay film. If you can see it for free or if you can see it for a low price, I'd check it out that way. If you have to spend a lot of money to see Westworld, I wouldn't recommend it. But like I said, if you can see it for free or let's say less than $5, feel free to check it out. Westworld gets a 7.5 out of 10.